Hello and welcome to Fresh Face One Shots. My name is Joey,
And I'm Jacob.
and today we are back with X-Manhunt, the X-Men crossover event of March, but this is definitely coming out in April. So, the final issue of X-Manhunt, X-Manhunt Omega. This is by Gail Simone and Marewa Iodale. I'm so sorry if I keep mispronouncing your name. But yeah, we have, in my opinion, probably the two best writers on this event tackling the final issue, and that's just really exciting to me. I've loved both of their issues throughout this event, and of course we've been reading Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men for the past couple months. So this is great.
Yeah, you know what's interesting?
What?
Like, they try to give NYX, time to shine.
Oh no!
They get a panel mention.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
That's
But
fine.
here's the thing. It is a fair thing to do because, as we pointed out in our NYX coverage, or the one issue we covered for this event of NYX, they just don't have much to do with the larger event, and that's okay. That's fine. They show up here very briefly, but otherwise, this is an issue dedicated to literally everyone else that was part of the event. Mostly our Uncanny and regular X-Men, and actually X Factor for that matter, because Sage is a pretty big part of this.
Yeah. Which is, you know what?
Sorry, X-Force. My apologies.
Yeah.
Go on.
It's fair to only have to basically have a handful of players be involved because there's too much. There would be too much otherwise. It would not work.
Yeah. You know what though? I really do like how this issue starts because this is actually a scene I asked for back in Uncanny X-Men number 9. I want to say it was.
The in-between issues because
After Red and Grey Malkin happened, I was like, we never really had a scene where we got to calm down from Radon Grey Malkin, and Rogue and Scott actually talked about these things like reasonable people, and this is great to have here. I really like this. There's just a scene where that straight up happens, and it's really great.
It's great. It helps that it's both writers are establishing that these opposing teams aren't really opposing.
Mm-hmm.
They are mainly doing things where it's we don't agree on this. We have different opinions on Xavier and his imprisonment.
Mm-hmm.
I have logically Scott's in the right.
Is he though? Shouldn't we give him a chance? We shouldn't give Charles Xavier a chance, but shouldn't we give him a chance?
And Rogue makes a very compelling argument.
Compelling argument, totally.
That is not logically sound, mind you, but it's an argument to be made.
So it is. So obviously this happens post Red on Grey Malkin, and we then do sort of cut to the present, where we begin setting up our big finale. It is nice that here's the thing. I really appreciate that this event itself didn't actually go to space in the end. It is about escaping to space, and you know what?
Yes.
I kind of like that. I like that we actually sort of kept the event Earth based, and that's just that worked for me personally for my own enjoyment of this event. We have Storm still conflicted about Xavier, still protecting him really, and working alongside Sage, who is 100% Team Xavier, looking out for this guy, probably for the wrong reasons, but looking out for this guy, really looking out for him. We have our main X-Men team from Alaska looking for Xavier still.
They have not slept in 2 days, so they are getting rusty and messy, and things aren't working very nicely.
Also want to give a call out to our artists on this, Gleb Melnikov, Frederica Manson, and Enid Balam. Fantastic artists, I think, all sort of really crushing this issue. This monster of an issue that closes out the event. They do a great job with it. We have our X-Men going after Xavier's ship. We have Lilandra trying to remove the tumor from Xavier's brain in a surprisingly grotesque image for this issue.
It goes kind of hard.
It's really hard. I like it.
And not just one panel, too. There are a couple of panels where we just see brain. We see brain.
Open brain. Full Hannibal Lecter style brains for dinner. It looks great. Yeah, we have Magic and Cyclops doing a lot of the work to bring down this ship here. We have them. We have Magic summoning. Like, I don't know what this thing is. It's a big Titan kaiju looking thing. It's fucking cool.
It is quite literally called Noshim Ash, the Demon Kaiju.
Very cool.
Like,
love it.
I think, I don't know whose idea this was. Whoever had the idea of turning this into a kaiju versus mech fight.
Oh god, you know what? It feels an equal measure.
It could be
like it could have been either of our writers here. I'm not sure actually. It's great though, and I won't complain because that is exactly what happens. We have a kaiju versus mech fight, and fuck yeah, that's awesome. God, you know what I found myself surprisingly moved by throughout this issue, and this is where it really starts coming in, is the emotional weight of Scott Summers throughout this that I was so moved by. I really, really loved this.
My poor boy. You need, like...
Here's the thing. We all know he deserves better. But this is a story that acknowledges that Scott deserves better, and gives him something better, which I really enjoy. Magic is horribly hurt after this battle, and Scott is really moved by this. He begins like removing his visor. He goes to confront Xavier directly, who talks to him telepathically. We have Xavier still kind of justifying his horrible actions, and look, you can't really do that. I think, once again, Scott realizes that Xavier can't really justify the horrible things he's done.
He tries to, like... He's like, yo, the people I killed were only simulacra.
Yeah.
So they weren't really people! And it's like, okay...
Yeah.
So you played God, created a life, and killed it. Cool.
Here's where I think the truly great aspect of Xavier's arc throughout this event really comes into play. Because... while yes, we're focusing a lot on Xavier justifying his past actions and repenting for the things that he's done, it is so much more about moving past that and Xavier trying to make a new life for himself. And the question of, is that something we should actually allow him to do? I find actually fascinating and surprisingly moved by, specifically when we look at it from Scott's perspective. We have Storm going after our X-Men here. We have... our Louisiana Uncanny X-Men saving Scott Summers. It's a great moment.
Because Storm won't... It's fascinating because Storm is doing this because Scott is essentially her brother, and Xavier even says she won't let you kill yourself.
Yeah.
And she doesn't.
Yeah. Oh god, it's so good. We have our other X-Men, Beast and Kid Omega, the Psylocke all coming in, Temper as well, trying to bring down Xavier and the Launcher ship before it escapes. We have a big sort of blowout between Temper and this ship and Scott. God, I love this moment. I have to read it out. I don't usually like reading out things on one shot, but I have to do this. You all don't understand. Their trophy catch is gone. They'll come for everyone harder than ever before. They won't stop until everyone's dreams are long forgotten memories. Don't you see? We lose again, Rogue. We always lose. Scott begins crying and unleashes an incredibly powerful optic blast, trying to take down this ship, trying to destroying the very earth around all of our X-Men here. And my god,
basically he's having a panic attack.
Yeah. And it's fucking Logan who comes in and brings him back to Earth by stabbing him, but brings him back to Earth, saying it's time to wake up. And it's just, I love the way. Also, I don't know who's on specific pages throughout this issue. I love this page. Logan beaten up, literally like skeleton showing from the inside, just trying to save Scott, trying to bring him back to Earth. I love that moment.
Now, we have to talk about the brain tumor as what's caused Charles Xavier to be evil. That's being implied here.
So, as a retcon, because that's exactly what it is, as a retcon, does it work?
Well, it definitely has its roots in the soap opera.
Oh yeah, yeah. And here's the thing also. We come at this, I think, also from a much more positive perspective because we don't have years upon years of Charles Xavier acting like a piece of shit. We only started reading current X-Men with Uncanny. So maybe we're being kinder to this than we should be, but like
I also don't know how like do I think Charles so part of the thing is Jonathan Hickman is taking over Charles Xavier as a character.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's going to be writing it, and I think people like because Hickman did I think a lot of the Krakoa stuff. I'm the fresh faced here. But
I like Jonathan Hickman. I think
people generally like him. So I think Hickman will hopefully at least reckon with this retcon of no, despite sure he was influenced, but like he did these things.
And if nothing else, I think Hickman is being handed a very clever, just sort of like not blank slate, but like a sort of back to basics approach to Xavier, which I really appreciate. And though him and the Lilandra have a chance to escape, Xavier chooses to go back to talk to his X-Men. In this really fucking emotional scene that hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
My God, this epilogue scene is perfect. I don't really like. I can't really do it justice. Read it for yourself. It's a perfect goodbye for Charles Xavier as a character. It's mostly between him and Scott, which is perfect, obviously.
The moments where it goes to other characters, it hits equally as hard.
Yeah, I loved the Emma Frost moment. The "you bastard, you uttering complete bastard, go bastard, uttering complete bastard, go be happy, you've earned it." Just fucking nailed it. Maybe again, this is Iodale and Simone on this issue, and I know they're amazing. Obviously, I think we again had the perfect team working on this issue to close out X-Manhunt. I love that the over half a page of other X-Men that aren't present for this final confrontation with Xavier. Like Xavier is reaching out to them telepathically, saying farewell to them. As he leaves, Rogue hugs Scott. Magic even cries. The final inner monologue comes from Rogue herself, which I think makes it hit even harder for me.
Which I have a feeling that's all Simone. I feel like that's the one thing I feel confident that it's all Simone.
I mean, it is also fitting because the event started on an Uncanny issue, so I think that works out as well. But yeah, and then look, if I have any criticism to levy at this issue, it's not even a problem with the issue. It's the ad at the end for Imperial.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know, man.
You know what would have fixed that, honestly? You swap the two ads.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe that would help, yeah.
But it's this great, emotional, goodbye, he's gone, it's sad, it's terrible.
Follow the dark side of the Lilandra's journey in Imperial. And I'm like, look, I'm sure it's going to be good. It's Jonathan Hickman, but whatever. Like, I don't know. I kind of want just a story to end once, or not even end, because they're comics. We have to do these things consistently. But like, I just for a while, maybe we could just say goodbye to the character. That might be nice. I don't know. That is not, of course, to take away from the fact that I loved this issue. I loved this.
Oh my god!
I never in a million years, if I told myself, let's just jump back to February. If I told myself back,
I was going to say we were dreading this thing.
Yeah, If I went back in time and told myself in February, hey, that massive 8-issue X-Men event, but made up of mostly titles that you are not reading at all and have no familiarity
and characters that your co-host is not familiar with.
Yes, you're gonna love that event. I would slap myself in the face. I would never believe that shit. But X-Manhunt, against all reasonable expectations, was phenomenal. Probably the best event we've covered on one-shots, I think. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
Blows my mind. House of Brainiac is pretty great. Although this is up there.
No, I think this is better than that. I mean, it's hard.
It's hard. I think I agree. I think this is better. Fuck. Anyway, God, what a great issue. And that is the end of it all. Fuck. Let's close this out. Be sure to check out other Fresh Face one-shots we do. We cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Batman, The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween, The End of the Long Halloween Saga. Normally we cover The Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone, which is the entire reason that we covered X-Manhunt throughout March, even though it's April when this comes out. Sorry, once again, for being late. Jacob was on vacation. Life things happen. It happens. But of course, coming up very soon, we have our Uncanny X-Men, next Uncanny X-Men episode of one-shots coming out for Uncanny number 12. That'll be out very soon. I really don't know when this is coming out, so either recently or coming out soon is an episode of the main podcast covering Captain America Winter Soldier, start of a new Marvel block on the podcast with a guest. It's going to be great, or either was great. I don't know. I don't know when this is coming out. Our link trees will be in the description below. You can follow us wherever you want to follow us. Subscribe to the channel, Blood Donut Studios, and support means the road to us. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan
and Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.